Hey, everybody. Welcome to Merry Monday Prep for Beauty Consultants for the holidays. Oh my gosh, who is so excited for holiday season 2025? I know I am. So, I just want to give you guys like a little place to start. So, our Mary Kay businesses, you're doing facials, parties, virtual, in person, book parties, all the things that you guys are doing every day, every week, every month, year in, year out, year over, right? And then it comes to be September. And September is sort of that time where you're doing your Mary Kay business, but then you're going to start to also have a secondary section of your business called giftables. Okay. These are gifts that you're going to create for the holiday season because all of the people that you see every week for your business, whether they're established customers or brand new customers, they all buy holiday gifts for friends, families, coaches, the pediatrician, the cleaning lady. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. So I want you to really think that you can take an already amazing business and double it or triple it or quadruple it because you're also going to share a holiday season, like seasonal ideas with them as well. The other cool thing about holiday is, like I said, everybody needs holiday, no matter what holiday they celebrate for this season. It could be Christmas, it could be Hanukkah, whatever it might be, but everybody needs at least one gift. And so they don't even have to be your client, a Mary Kay client, to be a holiday client. So just think of the possibilities for this season. I know Michelle gave a really awesome statistic last week. I'll let her share that again. I mean, really let that sink in, the statistic of how our business increases in really late October, but it's November and December, what you can really accomplish. So it's sort of like you have all your regular business and then you have all the icing on the cake, which is really fun and really exciting. The thing that I've learned over my almost 30 years is you do need to plan. You have to have a plan, you have to have a vision in your mind, and then you have to sort of do a few things behind the scenes in order for it to be super successful. I might just say this to you guys. My very first open house, I was maybe 20, and I did all these things. I wrapped all the stuff. I don't even really know how it looked. It was in my mother's home, and I sent out, I think, snail mail invitations, I think. And I just sat there and I waited. I never called anyone. I never talked to anyone. I just thought people were going to show up. And I learned that that is not the case. Okay. I didn't do enough of the prep. I did some of it, but I didn't do enough. And so over the last 30 years, I've learned so much on how to make this very successful. Today, I'm only going over 3 things. That's it. Okay. So it's going to be really simple. And the very first thing to think about is what kind of gifts do you get excited about? So for those of you who have Mary Kay inventory, open that inventory up and really look at it and say, okay, if I was buying gifts for my friends, family, coaches, like all the people on your personal list, what would be my sweet spot? Like how much would I want to spend? You know, is it 20? Is it 50? Like what would you be spending on the people in your life? I think that's very helpful. And you can kind of sort of look through what you have. If you don't have an inventory, or if you feel like you have some holes in that inventory, now would be a time maybe to make a little bit of a Mary Kay investment so you have the products that you believe are going to just go. And if you're nervous or unsure, that's what your Mary Kay sales director is for. Okay. So the first thing is, what do you want to focus on? What products do you feel are going to be the biggest hits? Okay. And again, if you're not sure, you have support. Reach out to your support. The next thing you want to do is decide on how many gifts, or what I like to call giftables, do you want to share with people. So if you're a brand new consultant, you might say, you know what? I'm comfortable with 3 gifts. 3 gifts. 3 gifts are great. And what you're going to do with the 3 gifts you decide, I'm just going to show off Like this is a really smart one to choose. It's an inexpensive product. And you would probably, my advice to a new consultant would be make 10 of them, all the exact same. You make 10 exactly the same. And then you choose maybe another product that you get excited about. And you're going to wrap this one, 10 of them the same. So even though you may say, I'm going to have 3 different gift ideas, maybe 2 in similar price points and 1 a little bit more, you're going to make multiples of them. And you're going to really concentrate on those 3. Now, of course, you can customize and you can do what people are asking for, but that's going to be your baby, all right, for the season. For some of you, you might say, I think I'm going to do 5. You know what? I'm actually thinking 7. Some of you might say 13. And some of you are like, oh gosh, no, I'm like going for it and I'm going to have over 20 gifts. You want to decide that ahead of time so you can plan, okay? I'm going to show you an invoice that I created. Every year I update it. So this is from last year. You're going to see some yellow, and the yellow represents gifts that no longer exist. So either I remove it or I replace that gift with another idea. So I just want you to see what this looks like. So this is my holiday shopping invoice that goes in every reorder bag. It goes, I actually text message it to customers. I PDF it and I email it to customers, to family, to friends. And it shows, so if they're in person with me, obviously I put the date, their name and all that, but you can see that I have an assortment of gifts. $18, you see $14. I don't know why I can't make this go down very slowly. There's 1 at 58, or there's 2 at 58. There's a couple under 40. But if you really see, there's a bunch. There's 24, there's 18. And then in the second page, there's 14, there's 22, there's 28, there's 20, there's 16. So there's a lot in what I like to call that sweet spot. The sweet spot is really anything under $30, okay? Especially when, and I'm going to stop that share, especially when people need multiples of something. So they might say, I'm buying for everyone in my office. That's 4 people. Give me 4 of that. And a lot of times they want the same thing. You know, I'm buying for every male in the family. There's 5 of them. I need 5 men's sets. My daughter has 10 teachers. I need 5 of those and 5 of those. Do you understand? So it's multiples. And when people are buying multiple, if they're all $50, it's unaffordable for the holidays when people need multiple things, multiple gift ideas. So I always encourage my consultants to really have most of them in that sweet spot, and then have a couple that are a little bit more. Just to give you an idea, and I got to tell you guys, I have not started to wrap. I'm not there yet. But this is a very inexpensive gift idea, and it's oh so cute. It's oh so cute. I think this one is, I feel like it's like Tootsie Roll. $16. What? $16, you guys. So this is something that I sell a lot of, and not only from a lot of different people, but people buy more than one because it's 16. Okay, sweet spot, and it's so cute. Then this one is probably 25 to maybe 40, depending on if it's, one body care product or is it a full set inside. So I don't make as many of these, even though they look so nice. I don't make as many of these as I do of these. Does that make sense? And then I do have a couple because I've been around the block a little bit. So I do have clients who are like, I need a bigger gift. I need something more special. And then, there's stuff like this. And this is stuff I do all year round, not just holiday. And it's always displayed in my office. So this is not something that I gift wrap 10 of because I most likely will not sell 10. You might sell 1, you might sell 3, you might say, sell 5, you might sell 10, but I don't pre-make 10 of these the same as I would pre-make 10 of these, okay? This is sweet spot. This is extra special spot. This is for that extra special person. Okay, so I hope that's helpful. So you're going to decide on the products you want to promote. You're then going to decide how many gifts are you going to take responsibility to, make up ahead of time. And as far as the timeline, October is the month to get all of it together. All right, October is the month to get it all together. And then all the real holiday selling starts that first weekend of November, which I'll talk about on a different day. So once you figured all that out, the next part is like, it's kind of fun, is the shopping part. It's once you have a visualization in your head and you're thinking, okay, these are my products and these are the colors that I want to represent. So now I just need some gift wrapping. Like you're probably already going, where do you get the Footsie Roll? And where do you get these cool boxes? And where do you get this ribbon? And what is this hanging snowflake? I mean, I know it's going through your mind. So, and do not think you have to spend a fortune, because you do not. Keep it simple, sweetie, is what Mary Kay always said. Over the years, every year, I buy a little something extra. And I buy things that are nice, and I buy things that I do not believe will go out of style. Do I feel like, in 2025, I'm going to use, I don't know, like last year, I used this really cute sleigh with a tree in it for my men's gifts, because I knew I had people shopping for Christmas and it was so darn cute. I sold a bunch of them. I don't know if I would go buy that again this year. You know what I mean? People don't want to see the same thing every single year. So there's stuff like that where I will buy, something a little different every year depending on the theme that I'm running with. But most of the time, all my ribbon, you just get silver and you get gold and you get some red and you get some green, you get some blue. And every year, then you add a little fuchsia and you get another color in there. And so it grows over time. All right. You don't go get it all at once. So here are the places that you can go shopping. And I want to tell you which ones are my favorite. So I know people go to Amazing Savings, Hobby Lobby, and Michael's. They're not my favorites, but if I have to go there, or if I'm passing by and I'm like, I'll go check it out, I usually find I overspend at those places, okay? Then I will go to the dollar store, and this sounds weird, so weird. I have a very strong nose, and if I walk into a dollar store and I can smell the mustiness, do you know what I'm talking about? And if you've never been in a dollar store, but most of us have been in a dollar store. So if you go in a dollar store and you're like, wow, this is awesome, this place is so clean, it's so nice, that's where you shop. But if you walk in and you're like, everything just came from Chin Chin, and I don't know, I feel like all the boxes got wet or something. You know what I mean? You don't want to buy from there, because I've learned. I bought, it's $1, then I get home and my whole house smells like that. Musty smell. You do not want to do that. You want to go to the dollar store that's clean and nice and pristine. And when you walk in and I literally smell. I will smell the stuff, the socks. I will smell them to make sure that we're good. Last year, Mary Kay ran out of the Mint Bliss socks so fast. I can't even tell you how many of these I sold. So I went to the same dollar store over and over and over again. They were sold out because of me, of these socks. And then I had to go to another dollar store. I think I went to 3 different ones, and there's some that are better than others, is what I'm saying. Okay. So that's dollar store. So just be careful there, because it's not always the best quality, but it's a great price. So that's something to think about. So what are you going to buy there, right? The socks, Michael's socks are better, 100%, but Michael's socks were too expensive. So the dollar store was the right way to go with the nicer. They have nicer socks in the beginning of the season. Costco. Back in the day, I would go to Costco and get my ribbon, because it was like this big, and it lasted me years and years and years. And it was like $14 or $10 back in the day for this huge roll of ribbon. What kind of ribbon? Maybe I should tell you that. So you want to get wired ribbon. Wired ribbon is the way to go. And the reason is wired ribbon stands up and it's really pretty. And if you were only going to buy 2 colors of ribbon, it should be silver and gold. Silver and gold. Or silver and blue, or gold and fuchsia, something like that. You know what I mean? So if you're more of like, I want a warm theme, then you go gold and you put in like a cranberry, something like that. If you want to go more cool, you do the silver and then you buy something that complements the silver. I also do buy tulle. This is tulle. And I love tulle because it's a great filler. It's not expensive. And I do like the tulle. This is all tulle. So again, if you're going to do tulle, once you have imagined in your mind what color or the theme it's going to be, maybe a little pink would be nice in the tulle, maybe a little white or a little black. You don't have to go crazy, but just kind of think, I just need a little bit of this and that. The other thing I might recommend actually is a pink satin ribbon. Pink satin, because I use this actually with all my reorders when I wrap a reorder. So I use it all year long, but it is really pretty on, let's say, hydrogel eye patches and the Footsie rolls and a couple different products that we offer. So you can do a little pink satin ribbon or black satin. You can do that as well, but pink, can't go wrong with pink. So Costco, and then my favorite places. So for some of these fun things and these wraps, you can get them at Court of Achievers or Pink Printing. And knowing Stephanie and Michelle and maybe even some of the other girls, like they're going to give you other places. And Peter's Packaging. Peter's Packaging really enhanced my holiday selling. I started using Peter's Packaging, I don't know, maybe during COVID, and it has really enhanced my holiday selling. And it's these beautiful boxes. These beautiful boxes are by Peter's Packaging. I use them all year long and I love them. You can never go wrong with a box because when you have a reorder, you can put it in the box. I mean, it's not just holidays, my point. And Andrea, she is a Mary Kay sales director, and Stephanie and Michelle are going to give you the video to watch because you want to watch her video. She does one every year, and she's going to tell you the climate of the season, not hot or cold. Well, maybe hot, the hotness of how great our holiday selling season can be. She's really in tune with it. She sells like $3 gazillion worth of Mary Kay over the holiday season. But I really sat at her feet years ago and I was like, you know, I want to do my holiday open house different this year. And I literally just sat at her feet and I learned. And she's from, I believe she's from the Diane Menteplee area. And I'm just so very grateful for that connection and for what I learned and have implemented. So Peter's Packaging is fantastic. So if you're doing 3 gifts, you know, maybe one is with something like this, and maybe one is with a box, and maybe one is with something else, okay? So Peter's Packaging is awesome. And then I also go to a wholesaler. Anyone can go to this wholesaler if you're in the Northeast, and I'm sure anywhere there's wholesalers, or everywhere there's wholesalers. But this one's in Saddlebrook. It's called G&G Distributors. And I think it's like $10 or $30, I don't remember, to like sign up. All they need is your Mary Kay business card and you get to go. And then you don't pay again for like, I don't know, a couple years, and then it's $10 to renew. But it's so worth it. But here's the thing. When you go to any of these shops, you cannot just walk in there, because you will walk out and you will say to yourself, oh my God, what did I just do? You have to have a plan. You have to write a list, because we are women and we are emotional and we go, oh my God, this is so cute. Oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm buying it. Okay. You can't do that. You have to have a plan. So I literally do not allow myself to go into G&G without a list. I cannot deviate off the list, okay? Once in a while, I'm like, and I will give myself a little treat, but really you have to be careful, okay? So I give myself a plan, I give myself a budget. And there are times where I'm going, I really don't want to take it out, but I'm not getting that. And I'm not going to get that today. Okay. I mean, it does because you get excited. It's very fun. It's very exciting. So those are places that I know and a lot of them that I love to shop. I don't remember, did I mention Walmart? I don't think I did. I do love Walmart too. So Walmart is going to be a little bit more expensive than dollar store, but I believe it's less than Michael's. I have gotten ribbon there in a pinch before, and I've gotten some ornaments and stuff there. They usually have a really nice display, and it's nicer than the dollar store. Okay. And sometimes I get some special ornaments and I'm like, oh, that's going to be for my guy set. I'm going to make 10 or 5 or 3 of those. So that's how many of the ornaments I buy. I do let my customers know, and it does say on this invoice, packaging is limited. So sometimes if someone's like, oh my God, I want 6 of those, I'm going to say, great. I have 3 that you can take today. The other 3 might look the same or they might look a little bit different. Depends on what the store has left, right? So you have to make sure that you're either buying the right amount or that you have a little wiggle room with people. I think that's it. So you guys, I really hope that this is helpful and that you've learned a little something about the holiday. Bye. Holiday prep.